Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm going to show you a folio that I've made from a tissue box, and it's just a regular tissue box the same as this. And I got the instructions from a YouTube channel called Chasing Paper, and I followed all her instructions regarding the measurements and so on. Excuse me. And it turned out that her tissue box was a slightly different size from mine, although it looked the same. So there were one or two things that didn't come out quite right with this. So I'll know in future to actually measure what I've got rather than following what she says on the video, because you can't always depend on the boxes being exactly the same size, especially from different countries and so on. And I made this from some scrapbook paper which I've had for many years. I bought this pad as a craft show, and I've never used it, and I'm really not into a lot of this shiny stuff these days, but I thought it's time to use up my stash. And so this is a floral folio, and I think it works quite well with this. I'm sorry about the reflections, but it does get a bit better. So that's the one side of it where it opens, and then on the other side we've got, again, sorry about the reflections, this is an acetate window with this paper background and a flower sticker from Taperology that I got some time ago. And so that's where the window of the dish box was. So when we open it up, it's got the string closure with pads, and it opens up like that. And there's quite a few different interactive bits and pieces in here. So we'll start on this side. There's a little belly band here that I cut from, it's some fussy cutting that I did from a book of British flora and fauna. Just backed it with some card, and it's a little belly band, and it has a tiny tag inside. Like that. And there's a pocket here, a very narrow little tag. Now, one thing that she did, which I really wish I'd thought about before I made this, was that she put these, she covered the whole folio and doing these panels separately so that it didn't crack when you fold it, and then the inside she lined all that as well, and then she put these closures on, and it meant that the brad legs were exposed on the surface of the liner, and I've had terrible problems with pushing things in and them getting caught, and I've had to pull it apart a bit and put some scotch tape on. So what I'm going to do in future, if I make this again, is that before I line the inside, I'm going to put tape over those brad legs and then line it so that they're completely protected, so they don't catch on things. So that was a bit of a pain. So that's another thing I would really want to do when I do this again. I have got another one on the go, which is this one. That's as far as I've got with that. And I've done the same because I did them concurrently, so I've made them the same mistakes on this one. But I'll do a video about that one when that's finished. So that's the left-hand panel, and then on the right, I love the way she did this. She made this pocket there, and then a gap, and then a little belly band, and then she put an embellishment over the top. I thought that was really quite attractive. This is a clothing tag out of my stash, and I just put some little ephemera on there to cover up the printing on the tag. It's got little flowers on, so I thought that was appropriate for this project. And that just slips in there. And butterflies. That's a scrap of the same paper that's on the outside. And again, we've got another closure here. Just undo that one. And there's a flap. And I had to, again, that's covering up the brad on the other side there. it's just a picture stuck on there, and then there's this little envelope at the bottom which is also a pocket, and that has a tag in it. And again, I did have problems with oh no, that's on the inside, that's right. So I made this tag some time ago, and then I backed it and put some more Tapology flower stickers on there, so that tucks in there. And then the envelope that just opens up, and I put a little photograph in there. This is where I had the problems with the brad again, but it's nice and smooth now. It goes in and out nicely. So that when you do the closure, that keeps the envelope closed. And then we've got a hidden pocket here, and there's a tag in it, and that comes out, and it's got those flowers there, more from Tapology, and also that's that one, which you can see through the window on the other side. But it's got a surprise with it, because if you turn it over, so I'll get this, right, there it is, you see, but when you pull it out, there's another picture inside. Try and get it without the reflections. This was a Graphics Fairy image. It was a black and white image, and I put it on, I did a digital with it with some script in the background, and I did some inking on it, and then I just coloured it very delicately just with some coloured pencils. I'll try and get it so that you can see. And I did it with colours that coordinate with the project. So that goes back in. Goes in like so. So I've got a hidden pocket. And that goes like that. And then the closure on that, and then that one goes like that. And then it's closed. So that's my tissue box folio. So I look forward to finishing the other one. I'll do a video about the other one that's going to be much more grungy and steampunky and brown, which is, I'm going through a brown phase at the moment. This is a bit outside my comfort zone at the moment. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. A quick update. First of all, I managed to sort the problem with the brad legs on the other folio. I managed to peel off the lining and put the brads on the inside, so that's all right. I've done that. And I've done a few finishing touches on the floral folio. So first of all, I've put this little dangle. It's one of my sparkly ribbon beads that I made. I've just put it on with a bit of chains and jump rings on there. And also I've made an embellishment for the bottom with some of my paper flowers that I made. So that's the front all completed now, and I was a bit concerned on the inside about the tab puller on this tab, so I've replaced it because it really wasn't strong enough, so I've done that. That's better now. And everything slides in better now that the brads, I put tape on the brads, and everything is much better. I don't think there's anything else to say now about that. Yeah, so it's finished. do that one up. So there we go. Again, I'm sorry about the reflections. It's a bit of a nuisance with the ring lamp, but I can't do anything about that. Okay, thanks for watching. See you again next time. Bye for now.